Hey guys, I am here in New Mexico, about, I don't know, I think like 70 miles north of Roswell, and it is fucking cold. I mean, it's probably like 15 degrees or something, but it's a lot colder than it's been lately, and I'm also like in southern New Mexico, so you'd think it would be kind of warm. But I actually just used the bathroom at this truck stop, and the pipes are frozen, so the water's not working. So yeah, it's interesting. Not used to that in New Mexico. Anyway, I thought I'd show you guys what I'm hauling. This is a 350 X4 link belt excavator. It weighs about 85,000 pounds. This is the first time using this trailer. It's got a quad axle on the back. Usually I'm just hauling a tri-axle trailer. So that means I can get more weight on this trailer than the regular one. So those of you who've been following me for a while, you've seen me use a booster sometimes. The booster holds more weight than just this flip axle here, but this gives me more weight on the back, and this trailer is also 9 feet wide, so that gives me more weight dispersion too. So altogether I weighed about 136,000 pounds. I actually scaled this one out, and we're good on all the axle groupings. I got the weight a little bit forward to what is preferable. I'd like to get it back more, but with this one it's hard to keep the boom low enough if you go back far enough, because then you need to pick the upper boom up and put your dipper out, and it makes you taller so that the cylinder doesn't hit anything in the back. But we're good. I lost a fender yesterday right before I stopped, so I had to take it off. That's what that is up there. You can actually see this bolt snapped right here, and that's what holds the fender on here. This one's still good. I just undid the bolts and took the fender off. So that's kind of annoying, but whatever. Still operational, still going for it. I'll probably get back into Utah tonight and then get back to Salt Lake tomorrow sometime and drop this thing off in Salt Lake, which is where it's going. So yeah, I did a stream last night with Scott Horton and a few guys from the Utah Libertarian Party. You guys can go check that out. I'll have that uploaded to Odyssey and Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff soon, probably by tonight. Yeah, the thing in Ukraine kind of sucks. I was hoping Putin wasn't going to actually do anything, but I was listening to Larry Sharp, and he made a good point that this is a way that Russia and the United States can both kind of bang the war drums without actually doing anything. Because Russia and the United States going to war really is just too much to benefit anyone. No one wants a World War III. It's, you know, they like proxy wars, and they like scaring us, and they like, propaganda or whatever, so it's kind of the perfect deal. In the Donbass region where the Russians have actually entered is not occupied by any Ukrainian military, so the media saying that Russia invaded Ukraine is not accurate. They went into an unoccupied area that's been at war with the western part of Ukraine since 2014, so for like 8 years they've been fighting anyways, and the two regions in the Donbass area there actually voted to join Russia 8 years ago, and they've been kind of independent for a while. So it was definitely an aggressive move by Putin, and it's one that I don't think he actually originally planned on doing, but I think it's exactly what the United States actually wanted him to do. It's what we've been pushing him to do for the last 3 or 4 months. And we were, drumming up this idea that he was going to invade Ukraine, that he was going to start a war that originated from us. That was not from the Russian government. There was never a plan to do that. And we kept pushing and pushing, and eventually he was like, well, you know what? Fuck you. I am going to make some demands. You can't have Ukraine join NATO. I want you to, promise that you're not going to put any medium-range missiles in Ukraine. And then this was his latest move. He decided to actually recognize these two parts of the Donbass as independent states from Ukraine, and then he sent troops in 2 days ago. And so yeah, I don't know. It's a ratcheting up situation as far as tensions go, but hopefully that's all that happens. We'll see. Either way, we should have absolutely nothing to do with it. I think that the funny thing about all this is you have the American media and politicians and different people saying that Putin is going to, put the gays in camps, and he's going to, persecute certain people groups. If that's a problem, then maybe we shouldn't be supporting Saudi Arabia or Israel. Israel is ethnically cleansing the Palestinians, and then the Saudis are genociding the Houthis in Yemen with a blockade that we have supported all the way through. Biden had said over a year ago now that he was going to pull support from Saudi Arabia and their efforts in Yemen, and he has not done that. So if we're so worried about what Russia, a state that we do not support, is going to do, maybe we should stop supporting the states that are already doing things that we're worried Russia could potentially end up doing. We talked about this with Spike Cohen, the idea that, we're upset with what China's doing to the Uyghurs, what Russia might do to certain people groups in Ukraine, or what Cuba is doing to its own citizens. Instead of caring about states that we do not support, that your tax dollars do not go to support the efforts of, how about caring about the countries that do? Israel, Saudi Arabia, and the United States, frankly. Like, our own country, bombs innocent civilians all the time. So try to care more about that than what some country that we have no control over and we don't give any support to. And for that type of language, you'll get called a China apologist, a Russian asset, a Cuban sympathizer, whatever. I don't like Russia. I don't like Cuba. I also don't like China, but we don't support them, so they're secondary. I care, I know I'm not a Christian anymore, but that passage, take the log out of your own eye before you remove the speck from your neighbor's eye, there's a lot of truth to that. So we should do that as a country. And also, our neighboring country of Canada has gone full fascist. It was so funny seeing Justin Trudeau, stand up against the authoritarianism of Russia or whatever he said. It's like, dude, do some self-reflection before you care about what Putin's going to do in Ukraine. But that's it. We're going to hit the road. I've heard rumors that the trucker convoy will be coming through Salt Lake City. I don't know if anyone knows if that's true. But if they are, that'll be around the time I get back. And I will be in Washington, D.C. from March 2nd to March 6th. So that will also be while the truckers are in D.C. I've heard Biden's going to deploy the National Guard to stop them. So this will literally be like the Convoy song by C.W. McCall. I don't know if you guys know that, but there's, the last verse of the song, it's talking about how the Illinois National Guard has been set up to try to stop the truckers, and it's this line, we crashed the gate going 98. I said, let them truckers roll 10-4. It's just kind of funny. That imagery is actually being drummed up in real life. So we'll see what happens.